Ah, ha, 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 ha. Oh, wait. The woman must disappear. But, wait, no. Yeah, there we yeah. Ha. I've done it. I have done it. I have become a single man. I don't need no ball and chain in my life. All right? We don't need women dictating what I do. You know? I don't know if you guys have heard this, but you know, it's gay to like women. Did you know that? Did you guys know that? Did you guys know that it's gay to be with a woman in 2025? Did you guys know that? Were you aware of this fact? I mean, I read it on the internet by this very reputable source. Hold on, let me give you the image here. Let everyone look at that. Look at that, Mr. I traffic people himself, clearly giving the best, hottest take of all time. Just remember, if you like women, you're gay because it's gay to like something that likes dick. I mean, I understand why he said this. Like, on a delusional level, I understand why he said this. Right? Because, I mean, if you're going to be a cult leader, you got to say some outrageous shit. But, oh my God. What testicle did he sell to have that many people listen to this motherfucker's life? Oh my God. I'm genuinely like, I'm flabbergasted that Hello Booster, how goes? It goes. As I was just telling chat, it's gay to like women because obviously if you like an individual who also likes penis, then you yourself, you are gay, according to human trafficker Andrew Tate. At least in his delusional fucking mind. I cannot. It is on par when people say, I subscribe to a lot of bullshit. All right, we know this. If you've been around at all for a long time, you'll know that I have subscribed in my lifetime to some outrageous things. I genuinely believe that the earth is hollow, for instance. Does that make sense? No, not really. But I choose to believe that the earth is in fact hollow and populated by giants and lizard people. Will I go to the loony bin for this? Maybe. Maybe I'll go to the silly hole. It doesn't matter. I choose to believe that because I think it's honestly cooler. And we're not going to go into that tinfoil. But anyway, more than that, right? More than that. The, hello. My train of thought went fla la 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 la. Oh yeah, no, I subscribe to some absolutely outlandish, outrageous baloney a lot of the time. But for people to genuinely, like, three things absolutely just blow my mind. Flat earthers, ironically. Flat earthers, people who listen to Andrew Tate, and people who, how do I word this without sounding like a fucking paranoid creature? How do I word this? And people who, you know, the inner me, the me on the inside that says, hey, maybe you don't aerate your inner thoughts. It's screaming at me right now to shut the fuck up. So I don't know that I'm actually going to say my last thing. But long story short, Andrew Tate is crazy, and be a Sigma in a world of cringe. Be a fucking statistic jump off a building. I'm sorry. I shouldn't be that rude. I should not encourage self-harm. And yet I do every time. Whenever the need arises, I will encourage self-harm. Why am I this way? Wait, people are still T-maxing? That's a word for it. Telepathic thoughts received. Thank you. Thank you. At least someone gets it. At least someone had heard the telepathic thoughts. He was like, oh, yeah, don't say that out loud. Anyway, there's a lot of goofy people out there. There's a lot of goofy people. Oh, if you're wondering why Ellie's not here right now, it is because she is showering. And I am going to be as patient as can possibly be. Watching you say that was like watching someone try and stop a car going over a cliff just a little too late. Yeah. Wait, what did I say? I didn't say anything. Did I say something bad? Did I space out and say my inner thoughts? Statistic. Oh. Yeah. No, it was fine. That was tame enough. That was tame enough to you know, just kind of glide on by. Unless you're fucking... Yeah. Anyway, I have a change of opinion in septum piercings. I didn't think it was going to happen. But Astrobot, of all fucking things, Astrobot taught me the ways. Septum piercings are really good to pull on. So, like, just yank on a septum piercing. That's what they're there for. So, really, the people who get them, they're just being helpful. Yeah. It's good. It's good stuff. Actually, no, genuinely. I've come to the conclusion they're not all bad. Not every single septum piercing in the world is terrible. You have to have a face for it, though. And if you don't have the correct septum piercing, you look stupid. It was Astrobot. Dude, I'm really upset that I didn't end up streaming Astrobot. I haven't beaten the game yet, but let me give you a little rundown. At the end of every level, whenever you're done with a specific world, you will save a person. Well, not a person, a bot of a person. And then the final level of that world will be a guest level. For instance, in the end of the first world that you fight, you end up rescuing Spike from the game Ape Escape. You rescue Spike from Ape Escape, and the final level is a fully blown Ape Escape level, which is I was very pleased by this. I didn't expect them to go that far, and it doesn't have the exact mechanics, right? It had R2 L2 as opposed to using the joystick or what have you. But yeah, no, it was super good. It was super cool. And then Astrobot is actually a secret LBP game. Changed my mind. I would argue with that. It is far more hard than Little Big Planet ever was. But anyway, so second world, you go through, you rescue Kratos, but not the cool Kratos. I'm losing my testosterone and I am a middle-aged man who character assassinated himself, Kratos. And then the whole final level for that world was a God of War Ragnarok dick-sucking level, whatever. Third level comes around. I'm expecting it to be Horizon or something, because that's just... I expected Ape Escape, and that was it. They're not going to do anything cool. It was Uncharted, and it was actually quite cute, and the level itself had a bunch of puzzles that you ended up having to do, and it was really cute, and I really enjoyed it. And then I was like, okay, well, that was great. Okay, Sony, time to disappoint me with the studio that you decided to shut down. Even though it got you Game of the Year, shut it down. Show Horizon, right? Or no, Life is Strange next, right? No. I get to the end of the fourth world. And I squealed like a little girl when I found out it was a fucking Loco Roco level. A fully 3D Loco Roco level. With the music and the growing and shrinking mechanics. And it was, I had the biggest grin of all time. And I am so mad at myself that I didn't stream this, because I think everyone would have wanted to see what it would look like when I'm happy. When I'm childishly happy. I wasn't expecting Loco Roco. I was so happy. And then now I had already known that this was in the game, but there's a bunch of secret levels throughout Astrobot, and you get special characters in these secret levels in Astrobot. And the last one I just got was fucking Rez. It was fucking Rez, and it was very well done. I'm very pleased with it. I am curious to see what this final level will be. Now my ass thinks it's going to be fucking Horizon, because I know that Alloy Bot is on the cover for Astrobot, and man, Sony was really sucking the dick on Horizon for a while there. So I'm anticipating the last level will be Horizon. Hopefully I'll be wrong, and they'll pull out, I don't know, frickin' a JRPG. Ha! But hey, it could happen, right? It could happen. Maybe they'll pull out Little Big Planet, and it'll be a Little Big Planet level. That would be super cool. But no, I am thoroughly enjoying it. It is also thoroughly kicking my ass. I did not realize how difficult of a platformer that was going to be. But it's quite difficult at times, especially in the secret levels. And then a Parappa bot told you the final vessel. You got to believe. There's so much cute shit. I got a Prince bot, right? And when you're in the main hub for the game, you can interact with all of your bots that you unlock. And there's a gachapon machine that you can unlock accessories for your whatever bots and what have you. And yeah, dude, I unlocked the Prince, and I got his Katamari, and I got him to do his thing, and then he rolled me up. I got rolled up, and I had to deal with that shit. It was cute. It was cute. The fact that even Ellie has been like, oh, this is cute, and like watched me play, that was impressive. She doesn't typically like watch me play games, believe it or not. She's not the type, which is fair. I'm not really the type. We know this. I don't really watch streamers, what have you. But no, it's very nice to see, and it's infuriating that Sony thought that, oh, hey, we should just shut it down. Nothing wrong there. Fucking cockbites that they are. I genuinely don't understand Sony's thoughts behind that matter. I don't think they've had a win like that in a very long time. And sorry, give me just a second. I'm doing one thing. There we go. That's good. Oh, yes. So we'll see if Sony will pull it out of their ass. I don't have much faith in companies. Did you guys hear about Sega? Did you hear what fuck ass Sega did? Oh, Sega once again remind me who they are and who owns them. Right? Sega's fine and all by themselves. Occasionally they'll do good stuff. But like, so Sega has released the, what is it? Hold on. Oh no, they killed some. Oh, bro, they did some. Yakuza did. So they released the, I think it's like the anniversary release of the Yakuza 0 director's cuts or whatever. The original versions of Yakuza 0 that was already available for PS4, Xbox One, and Steam, those will no longer be available starting from December 8th. Instead, you have to pay for if you want to play them on PC, you have to buy the 20th anniversary re-release of the 3 games, which costs like $40 more than the individual games themselves, and adds nothing. Like, at all. It doesn't add anything to the series. It's just, they just wanted to nickel and dime. So it's really, really disgusting that Sega did this. And again, it reminds me who Sammy Sega is. And this isn't the only thing that they've done as of late. They reminded me why I didn't like Sega for a long time. The goodwill that Sonic Frontiers gave me, it has worn off. And now I remember who they are as a company and how badly they can go fuck themselves. That nasty, cuntish company. God, it's bad. And then what else? Something else happened that was just shocking this week. Hold on, let me see if I can pull it up. Hold on, let me see if I can find it. It wasn't the other thing that everyone's screaming about right now, because that is big news, but we'll talk about that on Monday. Oh, I haven't told you guys. So Ellie and I will be doing something new, and I think better. I think we talked about it a little bit last week, but we're going to go back to pre-recorded Necro News videos like we used to. But we're also going to do a stream on Sunday just talking about shit. I think that's the best of both worlds, and I think that's going to be a way that we can interact with you guys and talk about the stories with you guys as a group, as a community, but also gives us a chance to do the actual informative news that we're used to doing, and I think works best for both of us. Plus, if we find anything new during the stream itself, we can update the video. I think it's a good way of going. That's the other thing. That's the other thing that's important. Do you guys know what Golgo 13 is? If you don't know what Golgo 13 is, it is a old, and I do mean old, anime/manga series from it's been around since the 70s. In 1971, Golgo 13 had an anime, but it was lost. It was lost media. The masters for the anime was found 2 years ago and will finally be released on Blu-ray, I think next year or this coming time. Hold on, let me see if I can find the artwork. Because, it's that long-running assassin manga. It's very good. Here's some artwork for you guys so you can see what it looks like. I like the artwork. Come on. Oh, you're an A5th. Who uses that? I'll tell you who uses that. People who use fucking iPhones. Anyone who buys an iPhone and buys an iPhone stock, they need to get slapped. Okay? I think everyone can agree with me on that. There you go. Boom! Look at that art. Look at that art. I love this art. Personally, I think this is some, sick-ass art. It kind of reminds me of... Well, I guess it reminds me of this time period, doesn't it? Yeah. I'm very happy about this. I've actually read a lot of Golgo 13. And back when PlayStation... No. Not PlayStation All-Stars Battle Royale, which is a fucking fever dream. But I'll get to that in a minute. Back when Jump Force, whatever that realistic thing jump game was, they were going to put Golgo in there, but they opted instead for City Hunter Ryu, which is fine. I guess that's a good trade-off. Wait a minute. Hold on. Let me look at this real quick. Hold on. Oh, that's cool. All right. I can't talk about it right now, but anyway. Did you guys... Hands in the air. If you guys have ever played PlayStation All-Stars Battle Royale. Hands up in the air if you've done that. Because let me tell you, I haven't, right? Because I thought it was weird. I didn't like the battle system and everything. I didn't really like it. Like, I didn't like what it... Anyway, there are some very choice characters that they put in there that I was not expecting to see. And there's, like, fated battles that you would have throughout a story. Like, one person in particular, I think Isaac from Dead Space is in there, which I had no idea that Isaac was in there. But one of his fated battles is against Zeus. Against Zeus? Which was okay. You know what? This is a good opportunity for me to show you guys the cool thing. But, hey, we changed the layout a little bit. Be gone, woman. Damn it! There we go. I changed the layout a little bit. Hold on a sec. Let me make sure that is not the right window. You guys don't need to be seeing that window. That's where the no squares go. Oh God. Please tell me I don't have anything revealing up. That would be terrifying. Oh wait, you're not even supposed to be there. Dang it. There we go. Okay. That's fine. So let me get this cutscene up. This is so fucking strange. Anyway, look at this and someone tell me what the fuck were they smoking when they came up with this battle, because it does not make to me any sense whatsoever, like at all. Check this out. And someone tell me, like, first off, this makes Isaac one of the biggest bamps I think I've ever seen.
It's me. I haven't been able to raise you on the communicator since I arrived here. Still, it's important this gets to you. There's a power here unlike any I've seen before. It seems to be flowing from a single source. Maybe that's also the source of the markers.
It's so dumb. What?
Not life. Necromorphs are abominations. Living dead.
Wait, it gets cooler.
Be trespassed by your kind, mortal. Only the gods decide who lives and dies.
I know the dangers of men convince their gods. If I'm what stands between you and the rest of civilization, I'll put an end to this now.
Like a bad Oh wait, that wasn't the cool one. Hold on. Wait, no. Where's the one where he does the fucking badass thing? Hold on. Damn you. Damn it. Hold on. There was something way cooler that he did. Hold on. Where is I mean, like, that was fine and all, but like, Isaac does one of the dumbest shits I've ever seen. Where is it? Hold on. Yeah. Okay. Here, I'll do this.
Everything that's going on.
Okay. I think this is right. We'll see out in a minute if it's not just the same one. I need to show you guys this because I saw this and I genuinely thought I was doing fucking coke.
To at least see for myself what it's all about. Stay on course. If I can, I'll catch up to you later.
We'll make sure you do, Isaac.
No? Are you kidding?
It's me.
Do I have to go find the Zeus? Oh my God.
Since I arrived here. Still, it's important this gets to you. There's a power here unlike any I've seen before. It seems to be flowing from a single source.
Okay, I found it. This is from 11 years ago, so it's in bad quality. It's okay, because it's fucking cool enough that it doesn't matter. Here you go. All right, check it.
This is the handiwork of the Pretender. It looks like a mortal child's plaything. Is it you who has constructed this place?
Why did they add
I
Zeus?
just got here myself.
A mortal! You dare raise your hand against a god? Explain yourself before I make you kneel.
I'm afraid I can't do that. I've seen too much happen too quickly around here.
Perhaps you thought I was making a request. Let me make my...
Shut. Why Zeus? Look at this shit. Look at it. Fucking bonk. Fucking zonk just catches a lightning bolt with fucking stasis. Let's talk about how that's not how that shit works. What is he doing? What is he doing? Like literally, lol, get parried. Just literally catches a fucking lightning bolt. The reaction time needed to catch a lightning bolt is absurd to begin with, and also ridiculous on multiple levels. Isaac is just a human, and Zeus is fucking Zeus. So the fact that Isaac from Dead Space can just yoink a fucking lightning bolt out of the air as it's getting thrown at him at a very fast speed, I just think it's the funniest thing I've seen ever. And there's way more. Also, like, I don't even know what the fucking roster for this game is. All I remember, so you know you can parry lightning bolts in ER? Of course you fucking can. Of course you can parry lightning bolts. But you know what? You know, oh wait, they made fucking... The fuck is Sly? Oh, Sly Cooper is perhaps Sly Cooper's name. I didn't realize they made Sly and Drake rivals. That's cool. I like that. Anyway, you talking about Elden Ring did in fact bring me into what I was going to do today. We had a really good idea because there's two things I think are constants. Things that everyone enjoys from us together. The first thing being when we go on tangents. The second thing being when we react to shit, which ironic, but not really. Hold on, where is it? It's because Zeus is throwing the ball, it becomes a physical projectile. Duh, booster. You know what? Silly me. That makes a lot more sense. Oh, man. Anyway, but yeah, so with that being said, we came to the conclusion that we should react to the lore of Elden Ring while we're grinding in Elden Ring. So I found a couple of videos that were highly recommended. Well recommended. And we're gonna, while playing Elden Ring, while we're grinding in Elden Ring, just kind of watch them and talk about it while we're playing. I think I have a good place to grind in. I'm not entirely sure. I haven't decided yet, but we'll figure that out as we go. Let me make sure that I got this set up. Oh, also, I did a thing. What? Hello? Okay. Yeah, there we go. Okay, yeah. So I can finally switch between the windows. Finally. God, that took me so long to set up. Like, it has taken me this long to set up. But yeah, now we can just switch. So good. It's so Gucci, if you will. If you will. Let me go over here. Make sure I got that on. Make sure that I got that on. I think we will have the game in the middle, in the big screen. And I will have the game, game big screen, lore video in the top screen. I think that'll work out the best. I think that'll be what we need to see in this world. Though, of course, tell me I'm wrong and slap me in the face and be like, no, you're stupid. You don't need to be doing any of that. I don't know. I'm just waiting on Ellie now. I mean, I'm not. I can yap for hours. You guys know that. But I don't know. I don't know what my life is today. It's been a day. It's been a day. But it's not been a bad day. It's been a day of jubilation and general goodness. Actually, too deep. Is that too deep for a beginning of the stream talk? Is that too deep? That might not be too deep. Would that be too deep? Would you guys, hey, what's up, Oni? Would you guys like to know what I came to the conclusion of? It is, as Joe Dirt has said, you can't have hate in your heart. Like, I didn't understand that at first. I thought it was just a throwaway line, but I've come to the conclusion that I am now far too fucking old to constantly be hating on shit and not care about shit. Right? To the point that I no longer am letting shit get to me. Because I think that leads to a very short lifespan. I think I would know as I am dead, I guess. Yeah, no, I can't hate on things I can't control anymore. I think that's because I've heard a lot of people, like, recently, like when I was at the gym, I heard people go, are you pissed off? Are you angry? Then use that as fuel to get stronger. I'm like, no, I don't think so. I think you should accept your anger, understand, and not bottle away your anger or ignore it. But I don't think you should use that as motivation. I think you should recognize it, accept it, move on. You know what I mean? That's me. That's what I've come to the conclusion today. And suddenly, like, a whole lot of weight was lifted from my shoulders this morning when I came to this epiphany of just not letting anger control you. Because there's no reason to hate shit anymore. Right? Like, yeah, right? I don't know. Maybe I'm just a foolish little man. Who knows? All I know is that it's a lot easier to just take it easy than it is to constantly hate on shit, right? I could easily hate on the current state of gaming as a general, like, industry. I could hate everything about the gaming industry, right? I could hate all the big companies. I could hate what Sony's doing. I could hate what Steam is doing with the bullshit that they've been up to. But at the end of the day, like, you should, unless you're in a state and a world where things are like, you're fucked, right? Unless you're like stuck in a situation where you cannot get out and the only way that you know how to cope is despair, which some people that like legitimately need that and they are valid for doing that. Oh, gross. Did I just say that? Nasty. But anyway, if you're stuck in a position like that, no, don't hate, don't bottle it up. You're allowed to hate, right? The Jedi were wrong. You should feel emotion, but the Sith are also wrong and you shouldn't let it flow through you. You should just accept it, understand it, let it go. I think that's the best way to go. I could hate all day and all night. How dare they fuck my game over? How dare they not give me my other game? How dare they only tease the fact that they used to have Loco Roco and fucking Ape Escape in Astrobot, right? How dare they fuck God of War over from what it was, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Or I could just not care and move on to things that don't suck. One Piece or One Punch Man episode or season 3. Oh God, it's terrible. I read the comics, right? Like, it's not. I had a conversation with someone recently who did nothing but bitch for like 8 hours to me over the course of my entire workday. They did nothing but bitch, and I just said, hey, have you ever considered just not? And they didn't understand what I meant. But do you agree with me?
It used to be you.
What? Constantly bitching and angry? Yeah, well, yes, that did used to be me. It is not me anymore. It hasn't been me since a long time. Since VTubing. Since I started VTubing, really. Since I got away from the other place. What's a good word for it? Not 4chan. There you go. Ever since I got away from there, I think I slowly started healing as the infection wore off. Are you okay?
Yeah.
Do you want your pillow?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I don't know with you. Ellie is here. Do your best, and I mean this genuinely, though I feel like by saying this, I'm fucking myself over. Don't make her laugh, because she'll cry. I fucked that up earlier. I made her laugh, and it wasn't a good time. Where are we? Over here. I gotta do the things for Ellie while she sets up. Also, hello. We were talking about PlayStation All-Stars Battle Royale. Do you remember that game?
Yeah.
Okay, how the fuck do you remember that? But
It was stupid.
it was what? Do you think Smash Brothers is stupid?
I mean, that has consistency.
Technically, PlayStation All-Stars Battle Royale has consistency too. It was just
Aria
awesome.
from Game of Thrones?
No, baby, that's the WB game.
Oh, okay, no.
You're thinking of Crash Out. What the fuck was that WB game? I don't even remember. Because they killed it immediately. So don't tell her about how I saw Cat T-posing over another. We would need pictures for that to make her laugh, I think. Hello, dog. Do you need to go out? Is that what you're suddenly doing now in the middle of stream? You foolish dog. Smash is, and I'll die on this hill, better as a party game than a straight up fighter. If anyone disagrees with you, they're the wrong one. If anyone says to you, no, Smash is actually a very competitive fighting game, they smell.
They're just tryhards.
They're tryhards. Can you talk to chat for a bit while you set up? Okay, only because he's whimpering and whining like the old fart he is. Okay, anyway, while she does that. What the hell was the WB game called? Brawl? Smash? Crack? What the fuck was the WB game called? That's gonna piss me off now. It was called... I don't want to look it up because I feel like that was cheating. Brawlhalla is not the WB game. No. What the hell was it called? Smash it? No, I don't. Multiverses! Multiverses. That was the fucking name of it. Well, no wonder I couldn't remember. It was a stupid ass name. Anyway, are you okay? What's up?
You're trying to get comfortable.
Okay, you take as long as you need. It's okay. We know that you're bruised as hell. It wasn't. It was. Yeah. No. The PlayStation All Stars Battle Royale had good characters like Sly Cooper versus Nathan Drake, and Parappa the Rapper versus. He had a really stupid matchup. Actually, I don't remember who he was against. They also were gonna have a Journey and Patapon level, and that's cool. Yes. No, this is who was recommended to us. What we're going to do is in the small window, I'm going to have the lore video playing, and then we'll have Elden Ring, but I'll have Elden Ring lowered so that it's not as loud. Good.
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna pop you up, take him out. You talk to chat. You tell chat about your day today, whilst I sort this crap out. Yeah. Do you like this? Hold on, I haven't shown you. Cute, right? It's good.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's just the.
It's the default. It's not. I made my screen way bigger.
Oh.
I made my screen way bigger.
Okay.
But like, also it looks nice. Anyway, okay, you talk. I'll be back. Wait, what?
What?
Was the Iron Giant a playable character in Multiversus?
I think so. No.
That is that's an antithesis to the character. Right? He's not a weapon.
No.
Are you okay?
Yes, I'm just tired.
All right, you got this. I'll be back with you in a minute.
Hello. I'm tired. I don't think I can stand for more than like 5 or 10 minutes without feeling lightheaded anymore. I had to stand for like a whole hour while I showered and got ready, and yeah. That goes to healing. I'm more sore than I was after the surgery, but the swelling's gone down by a lot. But yeah, I had my follow-up from the ER with my OBGYN, and she and even she was just like, yeah, that bruising is impressive, and I'm like, yeah, no shit. But yeah, and then apparently she didn't say it was an artery, but she said she nicked a vein that went up my leg and into my abdomen, which is why there was so much like bleeding and stuff. And apparently the surgery is harder to do on skinnier patients than it is like overweight people, I guess. I think that's because like of there's less space for the air to pump through, and so the surgery site is like smaller, if that makes sense. That's what I assume. I usually sit or kneel in the. Am I weird? Yes, that's weird.
No, it's not. I do that too.
You sit or kneel in the shower?
I sit cross-legged.
I never see you sitting down.
I mean, I don't sit down the entire time, but I do sometimes sit down in the shower, yeah.
For what?
Have you never just sat in the shower and let it rain on you?
No, I just stand.
You're fucking weird. Why do you think toilet seats? Why do you think shower seats are a thing?
I mean, if there's a shower seat,
Shower seat?
If there's a shower seat, then sure. But like, well, that's weird.
No, it's not.
No, that's a little weird.
You're being racist.
Okay. Anyway.
I swear I will eat you. Okay. Hi. Hello. Oh.
Why? Yeah, no.
What? Okay, what?
That's just weird.
What about it is weird?
You don't even take long to shower. I don't know why you're sitting.
It depends on my mood. What? Can you name me the problem with sitting in the shower?
Well, the shower's not the cleanest, I'm not gonna lie.
It's cleaner than you think it is.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is. I literally scrubbed it yesterday.
I can. No, that does not look like you scrubbed it at all.
I'm gonna fucking scrub your face.
Stress to react to so strongly. I don't think I've ever seen anyone like actual sit unless there's a shower seat. What?
Can I ask you how many times you've stared at people in the shower?
Well, like in movie scenes and stuff, you know. Unless there's like unless it's like an old person that needs like a shower seat.
Okay. Well, okay. All right. Shut up. Anyway, all right. So here's how we're going to do it. I'm going to have your game only in the big screen. Are you good for this?
I don't think I can focus on two things at once right now.
Well, grinding is a mindless task. That's why I'm doing this. Is that not good?
Give me a second.
Okay. Would you like to just hang out and we just watch the video then?
Possibly.
Yeah? I can do that. I can do that. Would you prefer just watching the lore video and asking questions and chatting with chat about it?
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. If I'm playing a video game with the video on, I'm not gonna pay attention to the video.
Well, you won't hear the game is the thing. You'll only...
That doesn't matter. I'm not gonna be paying attention to the
How
video.
do you work? How? Okay, hold up. Because you are so weird. You will have 4 videos up on your screen and you will
I pause them.
You pause a video to start another video, to pause that video to go back to the other video.
Yeah.
Sometimes you'll do that with shorts.
Yeah.
You'll pause a short.
Yeah, because
Your attention span is broken.
Okay.
What happened? You used to have a long attention span. What happened?
I got old and dumb.
That's not... I disagree with that. If Vati is the lore pope, then I'm the lore bishop. Okay. All right then. We'll do this. We'll just watch. No farming. We'll just watch, and I think Ellie will probably enjoy that more. Low effort today, and that's okay. Where is it? 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 Hello. Wah. Wah. Are you gonna be well?
Yeah.
My darling girl.
Well.
Wah. Okay. All right, you ready then?
Mm-hmm.
So it's about an hour. We'll watch part 1 and 2 of just over lore. Okay, you have the space bar, so you pause it whenever you want to talk.
Doesn't begin.
Right. However, let me put it to normal playback speed. He sounded drunk as shit for a moment. No, I'm sorry.
You sure did.
Okay, I gotta make sure not to make you laugh because you'll cry.
Mm.
And that's funny, but...
Our story doesn't begin in the lands between. It begins in the cosmos, far away, with an outer god called the Greater Will.
Which...
There are a lot of outer gods mentioned in Elden Ring.
Okay.
You can think of these kind of like the great ones of Bloodborne.
Yeah.
Are they not the same?
Different universes.
I heard they weren't. Though that could have been fan lore.
Yeah.
Distant beings. They're all powerful and they're quite unknowable by design. But many of these outer gods want to make their presence felt in the world. The Greater Will may be most of all. To this end, it sent a golden star hurtling towards the lands between. The Elden Star's incantation tells us that this golden star was bearing a beast, an Elden beast. The Elden Remembrance calls it a vassal beast of the Greater Will. If you didn't know, a vassal is someone who holds land on behalf of their overlord.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, this is fitting in this case, because the Elden Beast occupied the lands between on behalf of the Greater Will.
Okay.
It was a living incarnation of the concept of order.
Oh, I think we knew that.
I don't.
The order thing? How they were like super about the order?
Mm.
The greater... Wait, so that's the Greater Will's dog.
Okay.
Okay.
As such, this
Oh, I'm
beast
sorry.
was to become the Elden Ring. The Elden Ring itself is made up of runes of power.
Is it an
Some
actual
great,
ring?
Some small, that together represent a sort of logic for the world to follow. Thus, the Elden Ring represents order. The true nature of this order is a subject of constant debate and research undergone by fundamentalists. But 2 of the key fundamentals are the laws of causality and regression. You can think of the law of causality as cause and effect, where actions have consequences, and those consequences are new causes that branch out into infinity.
Okay.
These are the relationships between things. Then there's the law of regression that states that all things eternally yearn to converge and return to their roots. Fittingly, then, the Elden Ring is housed within the Erd Tree, which rules over the lands between.
How did I miss that?
But it's very important to stress that life in the lands between did not begin with the Erd Tree, the Elden Ring, or the Elden Beast. No, the lands between were occupied well before the Greater Will came.
Okay.
There were other beings here. There
The
were
fuck
other
was that?
factions here. There were other gods here. And there was even another great tree here
Oh.
before the Erd Tree.
Is that all the
This is
roots?
where a huge twist regarding the Erd Tree comes in. So, there are incantations in the game called Aspects of the Crucible. According to their descriptions, these are manifestations of the Erd Tree's primal vital energies. and I quote, "They are an aspect of the primordial crucible where all life was once blended together."
Yeah, those were the roots. Okay. Are these things here? Are these the like the stag beetle moves? Because that tail whippy thing.
Stag beetle.
Oh, I'm sorry. The golden knights that do the. You know
Oh.
that for some reason I think they're beetles.
The swoopy thing.
Well, yeah, he has the sweepy tail, and then
Oh.
he charges you, and to me it always looks like a stag beetle, but it might not be. That's kind of what these look like.
But how could all life be?
Oh, they're crucible knights. Okay, well then, okay. So those are primordial knights. The ones we fucking hate.
Okay.
Okay.
Together in the Erd Tree, if the Erd Tree appeared after life existed, well, there can only be one answer, right? That the Erd Tree is a parasite.
Huh?
And it took over a tree that existed here.
Oh.
This
Huh?
ancient tree was called the Great Tree. So the Great Tree was almost certainly the location of this primordial.
Oh!
And it must have been a very powerful primordial force for the Greater Will to have commandeered. It might even be the reason the Lands Between is important to the Greater Will in the first place. It also explains why spells and enemies related to the Great Tree's crucible would eventually be looked down upon. For example, the Knot Talisman is fashioned from a knotted vestige of the crucible, and it was considered a signifier of the divine in ancient times, but is now increasingly disdained.
This bit of lore is somewhat contested in the greater community. About the parasite? I mean, why would it be contested? That does make sense. Because if assuming the tree existed beforehand,
Yeah.
well then, of course, it would take it over, and that's a parasite.
I don't think they're contesting the parrot. Oh no. Hello, Sheriff.
Hey, what's up, Sheriff? Well,
As
okay.
civilization has advanced.
There's nothing in game outright confirms such a.
There's nothing in game that outright confirms anything, really.
Yeah.
This game is just, it's very loosely written so that there can be shit tons of fan fiction.
Enemies related to the Crucible are the Omen, the Misbegotten, and the Crucible Knights, and all three of them would be shunned, enslaved, or imprisoned. Those who speak for the Erd Tree don't want you to know its roots, so to speak. According to the spell, Protection of the Erd Tree, in the beginning everything was in opposition to the Erd Tree, but through countless victories in war, it became the embodiment of order.
In Marika's own words, the Erd Tree governs all. The choice is thine. Become one with the order, or divest thyself of it.
The fuck does divest mean?
Follow at the
Diverge, I think.
Bitch, say diverge.
fringes, a powerless upstart.
But the Greater Will needed more than a big tree. It needed loyal agents in the Lands Between. To this end, it has the Two Fingers, who are its envoys. The Two Fingers heirloom has a weird picture of them, but it reads, "Of course, fingers cannot speak, yet these are eloquent. Persistently they wriggle, spelling out mysteries in the air. Thus did we gain the words of our faith." These words are interpreted by the Finger Readers. These are the undying old crones that you would have found throughout the Lands Between.
Okay.
They pass down the wisdom of the Two Fingers, or at least they used to.
Your fingers, please, your fingers. I can read them.
Most of them appear to have lost their purpose, and they're desperate to read your fingers and tell you annoying riddles, since their two fingers are likely dead. And yes, of course, there are multiple sets of two fingers. You would have found their corpses on the tops of the Divine Tower.
Oh!
Atop these towers, you loot the fingers in order to activate the true power of a great rune. Specifically, though, you are giving benediction back to your great rune. You're taking a blessing back from the two dead fingers, essentially. This is just one of many blessings that the Two Fingers can bestow, and my point is kind of that the Two Fingers clearly have more than just influence. They have real power on some level. The Greater Will needs these powerful envoys and agents because, while it's obviously incredibly powerful, it does seem limited by a few things. First is space. The greater will didn't come to the lands between itself, it sent an elden beast to do its bidding instead. Second is time. There is a moment later in the game where your pair of two fingers goes still because they're forced to commune with the greater will for guidance.
When they are finished, the fingers will again offer their guidance. But thousands, if not tens of thousands, of moons must first pass.
Oh, okay.
No
Well,
matter for me.
what?
But you, how will you ever manage to wait?
So the greater will needs a physical manifestation of order. It needs envoys to convey its will, but what it also needs is a god.
What?
So how did they get? And
What?
so how did it control the fingers?
I don't think that. I think the fingers themselves are creatures that have their own, like, will, have their own autonomy, but they commune with the greater will, right?
By choice?
Yeah, by choice. I don't think it was like what's the word? An avatar of the greater will. I think that's the dog.
The beast.
That thing.
Yeah.
I think that was it. So I think they're essentially priests.
Correct. Okay. So were the fingers here before the beast then?
I don't think that was ever really explained, but I wouldn't be surprised if that was the case.
They are envoys.
Envoys, priests, whatever. Same diff. But yeah, I mean, I think the beast came as the greater will had its sights set on the lands between. And so when the beast came, it came with everything else.
Okay.
So I think it all just came at the same time.
Okay.
I think. I don't know.
Introducing Marika the Eternal.
Marika,
This
more
utterly
like...
enormous mind map of Elden Ring's lore and
Jesus.
What the
at the center.
fuck was that?
Jesus Christ.
How much of that is actually in the game, and how much of that was just people pulling shit out of their ass?
He called it his
Seriously.
mind palace. If I interpreted the DLC correctly, fingers first, then beast.
Time frame is unclear. Shocking.
Yeah.
She's essentially the equivalent of Gwyn from Dark Souls, except unlike Gwyn, Marika didn't just crawl out of the dark and find power. To an extent, it seems like she earned it. We don't know much about her origins, except that she is of the Newman race, which is actually an origin that you can choose in the character selection screen. Newman come from outside the lands between, and are supposed descendants of denizens of another world. Long-lived, but seldom-born.
That was
At
one
some
thing
point,
I've heard,
Marika was chosen as
was
an
that
keep-
Newmans were from either Dark Souls or Bloodborne.
That makes sense.
I don't know if that's true or not,
I
but
can see
that's what
that.
I've heard. And like the crackpot, the whole reason I even thought to do this stream was because one of the bits of lore that I had found was that Marika is a descendant, and now this is absolutely fan fiction. I mean, it doesn't sound like something that's real, and I'm sure it doesn't have any evidence, but the Marika was the descendant of the player character of either Dark Souls 3 or Bloodborne. So, sure.
Probably Dark Souls.
I would say, wow, you
Because
say
in
that.
Bloodborne, the good ending is you turn into a thingy.
What thingy? What? I don't know.
And you turn into a what are they called?
What do they look like? Like angels?
No, you turn into one of the I forgot what they're called in Bloodborne.
Are they the gods?
Essentially.
Okay, so you turn into an outer god. Okay, cool. I mean, that's cool. I suppose there's nothing wrong with that.
Empyrean. What is an Empyrean?
The great ones, yeah.
Oh,
Empyrean
okay.
is a being chosen by the fingers as a candidate for godhood. As an Empyrean, Marika received the aid of a shadow to do her bidding. So what is a shadow? Well, it's a wolf. Shadow.
I'm sorry for that. I was expecting to hear greetings, Guardian. I'm beef. What? Why?
It's because it sounds like another YouTuber.
Bound to its Empyrean by the two fingers. Lunar Princess Rani is another example of an Empyrean with a shadow-bound beast. You would have met Blythe. These creatures are the Empyrean's very own shadow.
They're
They are completely loyal to their needs and, by definition, incapable of treachery. Marika's shadow was a beast called Malakath. Every Empyrean uses their shadow in different ways, but Marika's sole need of her shadow was as a vessel to lock away destined death. So what is destined death? Well, according to Enya, it's the rune of death.
The rune of death goes by two names. The other is destined death.
Isn't that what she just said?
Okay,
Is
sure.
that not what she just said?
That is exactly what she just said. The death rune goes by two different names, one of them being the destined death.
Okay, so I think it's the destined death and then the rune of death.
I would assume so, yeah.
Okay.
I would assume, yeah.
Oh my god.
That was unnecessarily
more complicated than it
yeah,
needed
that
to
was
be.
like Kingdom Hearts levels of fuck you. Anyway. All
I
right.
mentioned earlier that the Elden Ring is made up of runes, and at some point, maybe when she was chosen as a god, Marika plucked the rune of death from the Elden Ring.
The destined death is essentially true death, annihilation.
As opposed to what? Undestined death? What the fuck does that mean?
I think it's more like, I think what, like true death meaning like you completely cease to exist.
Like you're not going to come back, which I presume is something that happens as reincarnation in the lands between.
Or something like that.
Yeah, I would believe that. Well, because what's her name? Blind girl. She came back after she died as the bitch who wants to eat grapes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
She gave the rune of death to Malakath, her totally loyal shadow, who bore a black blade imbued with this rune. It's kind of genius, really.
Wait a
In
sec.
a single act, she removed the concept of death from the lands between, while also commanding total control of death through her shadow,
what the?
who could deliver it.
Okay, that explains a lot.
That's OP.
Well, right, but so Marika is terrified of death and dying, so she set up a system through the Erd Tree where the faithful are reborn. Okay, that does give that makes a lot of more sense on some things that we've seen.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
This should be conveyed in the game far more than it actually is. But wait, so she just has the rune. How the hell did she get a hold of the fucking concept of death?
She just plucked it from the Elden Ring.
Okay, sure. All right. And then put it in a sword, which is the most metal thing I've ever heard of, by the way.
That's her will. Now, some of you might be asking, if death is removed from the lands between, how come I can kill this dog?
How dare you?
Shame on you. Second, from a lore point of view, that dog isn't really dead. It's simply in the process of its spirit, or its soul, returning to the Erd Tree. Catacomb dungeons, for example, are specifically constructed near the roots of the Great Tree for this reason, so that the Erd Tree can reabsorb the ashes back into it. This process
That makes sense why they always Rudy like that. All the boss dungeons or the boss rooms are in here always have a massive back wall of roots.
And why the skeletons are always in there.
Oh shit, yeah. Okay.
The Elden Ring is basically the universe's building block and rules. Marika, being God, controls the Elden Ring.
Oh, America's the blonde girl, right?
She's the one that's always just like, who looks like she's crucified, but not.
Okay. She's God because the greater will said, hey, you're God.
She proved herself.
She proved herself to him.
Yeah.
Okay. So is she God or is she just like a proto-God? A demigod would be the term.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Weird.
So, hold on.
Oh, what?
See. No, okay.
You got it?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Let's keep going.
But this random spirit outside of a catacomb dungeon says it best. As another example of this theory, when you kill a major boss, you receive a remembrance of them. These are spirits, and they are hewn into the Erd Tree. In this way, thanks to the Erd Tree's grace, their spirits are immortalized, in a sense. This new form of death also explains what's happening when you summon spirits.
From ash.
Oh! They're unreturned. God, use English, but okay. So you're pulling them out of the Erd tree before they have a chance to be reborn.
To be God, you must have the backing of an outer god and take a consort.
And
Okay.
and have and be with a maiden. You
Okay.
must not be a virgin.
Okay. Also, okay. So it being called the lands between makes more sense too, and it is kind of like,
Purgatory.
purgatory. Yeah.
I think so too.
Okay.
Yeah. I think I said that ages ago too.
Yeah. Okay.
This is actually quite cool.
However, some spirits never return to the Erd tree, and they rise within death as corpses or skeletons instead. So this was the new order, and it's important to stress that it was in this moment, when the rune of death was removed, when destined death was taken, this is when order became the Golden Order.
The forbidden shadow blocked from the Golden Order upon its creation.
Specifically, this was Marika's Golden Order.
Mm.
So not only did she become a god and a vessel for the Elden Ring, she became renowned as Marika the Eternal for her removal of destined death. It was a huge part of her character and her reign as well.
Hmm.
However, Marika had more than just death to conquer. She had wars to fight, as the world was occupied by many forces that could threaten her Golden Order.
Gotcha.
Wait, but
There was
how?
the Stormlord, who
Huh?
How could she be threatened if
They can try to take control.
but she can't die.
No, but they can take control.
Like they can just rip control from her dead hands, her undead hands.
I guess.
Okay.
likely ruled over Stormvale, and there was a war with the giants, who were masters of a flame that could burn the Erd Tree. There was
Okay.
war with the ancient dragons, who incidentally had stones that could twist time and thus slay a god.
Oh.
And finally, there was war brewing with the Carrion royalty, who had previously obeyed laws which contravened the Golden Order. Thus, sort of
Oh, I
similar
see.
to how the Greater Will needed an Empyrean to enforce its will, Marika herself needed someone to wage war. So, there was to be a husband, a consort, an Elden
What?
She's not the first Elden Ring nor the last. Okay.
Yeah.
So the
Lord.
carry-ons or whatever,
Which one with the what?
one of the factions, I guess.
Oh, the Carrions, yeah.
Yeah. Right. Those not the same as Bloodborne?
I don't think so. No,
Canehurst.
Canehurst is the old ones, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, a lot of people. Huh. There's quite a lot in common apparently. But anyway, yeah, that's Canehurst. And also, are the knights that we fight around the world the Carrion knights?
Possibly.
I don't remember. I don't know, nor do I remember.
The man chosen was Horalu, a ferocious warrior who became known as the Lord of the Battlefield. His crown was warranted with strength, and while it was for this strength that Marika married him, he was also required to take a vow to
No, not the
conduct
Crucible Knights.
himself as a lord. To suppress the ceaseless lust for battle that raged within, Horalu took the beast regent Sarosh upon his back. You'll
Oh.
notice this is another example of a beast being given for the purpose of serving order. Thus, in this moment, he went from being Horalu, warrior, to Godfrey, the first Elden Lord, consort
Is that
to
the guy that
Queen
we killed?
Marika.
Yeah, with the dragon hand, I think.
No, that was. Oh, was that Godfrey?
Or maybe their son. I can't remember.
I don't remember. I feel like his name was like Gorlick, Golic,
Godric.
Godric. Fuck
Okay,
these names.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. Yeah, we haven't fought him yet.
Okay.
And a certified demigod. Godfrey and Marika had 3 demigod children together. There was Godwyn the Golden,
Mm.
who you saw being killed in the opening trailer, and there were also the reviled Omen twins, Morgoth, who guards the Erd Tree, and Moog, who became Lord of Blood. You might think that Godric was another demigod child, but he actually wasn't.
No.
Instead, he was probably descended from Godwyn.
Oh, okay.
We'll talk about the demigods more in detail in another video, so subscribe for that. But for now, just know that Godfrey and his offspring were the first demigods, henceforth known as the Golden Lineage.
Mm.
Okay.
In his wars, Godfrey led his 16 Crucible Knights into battle, who were named so for they fought with the primordial powers of the Erd Tree.
Oh!
Their incantations were aspects of the Crucible itself, and they likely fought giants, dragons, the Stormlord, and more to usher in their age.
So they're traitors to the
age of the Erd Tree.
primordial
In
ways.
Marika's own words, hark, brave warriors. Hark, my lord Godfrey. We commend your deeds. Guidance hath delivered ye through each ordeal to the place ye stand. Put the giants to the sword and confine the flame atop the mount. Let a new epoch begin, an epoch glistening with life. Brandish the Elden Ring for the age of the Erd Tree.
The Erd Tree would go on to be largely seen as a blessing for all of those in the lands between, especially those close to it in Leyndell, the capital city of the Erd Tree. The tree bestowed blessings. For example,
Where's
the dew
Leyndell?
that dropped from its branches were like jewels. It loomed overhead as a constant reminder of order, and its roots reached far and wide, relieving many of the burden of death. In fact, Erd Tree burial was one of the highest honors a hero could receive. One by one, the previous factions of the world fell. The giants were put to the sword, and their fell god was killed by Marika herself. The ancient dragons broke down the walls of Leyndell, but met fierce
Oh, okay.
retaliation. However, I think the House of the Erd Tree encountered the most trouble against the land to their southwest, Leonia. Here, the House of the Moon repelled their offensives time and time again. And I mean that literally, because there was not just one, but 2 wars fought here. And in both of these, there was no victory for the Golden, nor for the Moon.
Oh.
And I suspect it was probably because of these lobsters. These damn things can snipe you a mile away.
Fuck these lobsters,
Oh,
dude.
God.
It was probably because of the Carrier Knights, who, according to their weapons, were able to wield sorcerous battle skills.
Yeah,
and
okay.
Despite numbering fewer than 20,
Oh.
this power made them a match for
Those
even
were like the
champions
big
of gold.
sword things and the bonks. The bonk sticks.
Hmm.
In battle, these enchanted knights were
Did you mean to
anointed
pause?
by the Lunar Queen, a young astrologer who went on to establish the House of Caria as royalty in this land. With her bewitching lunar magic, she won over the Academy of Raya Lucaria, where glintstone sorcery was studied.
Oh, okay.
United, the Carian royal family and the learned scholars of Raya
Mm,
Lucaria
okay.
defended their home from the golden aggressors. At the head of this great golden army was Radagon.
Lord Radagon was a great champion.
I love
Possessed
this guy.
of flowing red locks. He came to these lands at the head of a great golden host. When he met Lady Renala in battle,
These 2 champions clashed, fell in love, and joined their houses.
Radagon once cleansed himself with celestial dew, repented his territorial aggressions, and swore his oath to
Huh.
Renala.
Okay.
The of the Erd Tree and the fate of the moon were conjoined, and all the wounds of war forgiven.
You might think it strange that the Greater Will would permit this union, but it's not too odd, all things considered. As with most From Software games, sorcery and faith are just 2 sides of the same coin, and both of these powers stem from the cosmos. Radagon and Renala were known to have 3 children together. Lunar Princess Rani, who inherited her mother's propensity
Okay.
for lunar magic.
Okay.
Radan, who took after his father Radagon and would go on to master
Wait, that's-
elemental magic, and Rykard, who pioneered new hex sorceries and would go on to feed himself to a great serpent.
All right, sure.
It follows that
I
at
can't
some
believe
point
Ronnie
after
and
this, Marika began to harbor doubts. Doubts about
Ronnie
the
and
golden
what the fuck? Radagon? Radun?
Radon.
Radon. I can't believe they're siblings. That's really funny to me.
That is really funny.
That's super funny. Did she tell me to? Did she tell us to go kill him?
Possibly. I think so, yeah.
Really?
Maybe. Because she wants to be God.
But she was just like, yo, can you go kill my bro? Is that right? Is that what happened?
That's what happens when you fight for power.
That's goofy. That's some goof ass shit. Goof juice, if you will.
That she had had a hand in creating.
In Marika's own words, I declare mine intent to search the depths of the Golden Order through understanding of the proper way. Our faith, our grace is increased. Those blissful early days of blind belief are long past. My comrades, why must ye falter?
And it's at this point that we should talk about Marika's motivations, her character. This is surely going to be one of those huge points of debate in the coming years. But for now, my working theory is that she wanted to discover the truth behind order and the truth behind the greater will. And she believed that bonds had to be broken so that they could be better understood. She believed that there was great meaning to be found in hardship.
Queen Marika has high hopes for us, that we continue to struggle unto eternity.
For Lord Godfrey, his struggle ended at the end of his campaigns. According to his armor, he led the war against the giants, faced the Storm Lord alone. And then there came a moment when his last worthy enemy fell. And it was then, as the story is told, that the hue of Lord Godfrey's eyes faded. In truth, he was robbed of his grace. Then Marika sent him...
Oh, wow, what a bitch.
My lord, and thy warriors, I divest each of thee of thy grace. With thine eyes dimmed, ye will be driven from the land.
What the fuck?
Ye will wage war in a land afar, where ye will live and die.
This became known as the Long March of the Tarnished, as Godfrey and his tarnished descendants walked away from the lands between. But Queen Marika absolutely had a plan here.
So wait, we're tarnished, right?
We're tarnished, so we may be descendants of
Godfrey?
Of Godfrey. Although I don't know if that's debated or not. Like, I don't really understand that. I also don't understand why Marika just was like, yo, I'm done with you. She married him. I thought they actually, had,
No, she said she only married him for his power.
But they had kids.
Okay.
That's fucked
Okay, but
to me.
in order to be an Empyrean or something, you still needed a consort, which means you need to have children.
Do you have to have?
Well, what's the point of having a consort?
What's a consort?
I don't know the actual definition, but it's always someone who's married to, royalty.
Oh.
You can be, but you also don't need to be. Mostly a role-playing headcanon thing.
What is?
Tarnished, I think.
Oh, I see. So what are the tarnished then? Because there's tarnished things in the game too.
No, you don't need children to be God.
Okay, so you just need a. Why did you need a what?
Why did you need a consort?
Why? That's very strange to me. Those who grace has been revoked, but okay, I still don't know why she just revoked their grace. That just seems like a really dick ass thing to do, seeing as he had no reason, right?
Maybe because he was of no use to her anymore.
But that's so fucked. I thought she was a good, supposedly good lady.
Not really. Anyone who's in power like that and takes away death, there's always motives.
I mean, it's fair.
That Lord Godfrey and his descendants would one day return stronger, having struggled outside of grace.
Then, after thy death, I will give back what I once claimed, return to the lands between, wage war, and brandish the Elden Ring.
Wait, what?
Grow strong in the face of death, warriors of my lord, Lord Godfrey.
Soon after, she found a new husband.
Oh wow, you're just a bitch.
That or a new husband was found for her.
When Godfrey, first Elden Lord, was hounded from the lands between, Radagon left Renala to return to the Erdtree capital, becoming Queen Marika's second husband and king consort, taking the title of second Elden Lord.
Go juice. Go juice. I'm fucking stupid.
As to why Lord Radagon would cast Lady Renala aside, and moreover, why a mere champion would be chosen for the seat of Elden Lord.
Whatever
He had a
the
big
case,
dick.
As a part of this union, Radagon's prior 3 children with Renala became demigod stepchildren.
Oh.
And grace, thanks to their new family tree. Renala was broken by this, and so was her country, Leonia. The Queen's set reads, when Renala, head of both the Academy of Raya Lucaria and the Carrion royal family, lost her husband Radagon, her heart went along with him. And then those at the Academy realized that Renala was no champion.
Oh, forgive a lady for getting heartbroken. Goddamn.
And Renala's poor judgment, Leonia struggled with civil war, with the Academy of Raya Lucaria on one side and the Carrion royals.
Oh, wait. So, okay.
During
What?
Well, so who's the... Okay, so who it's a civil war.
Yeah.
Which faction is fighting for Renala?
No.
What?
They're just fighting each other for power.
Oh, okay. Okay,
yeah,
okay.
because Renala wasn't there to control them.
It's a popular theory that Marika sent Radagon specifically to break Renala's heart.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Sent Radagon? What does that mean?
Like it was a ruse all along.
That's fucking weird.
In the age of the Erdtree, that Lunar Princess Rani, daughter of Renala and Radagon, stole a fragment of the Rune of Death.
It happened during the golden age of the Erdtree, long before the shattering of the Elden Ring. Someone stole a fragment of the Rune of Death from Malekith, the Black Blade.
As
Oh.
mentioned previously, Malekith was Marika's shadow, and he had sealed destined death in a black blade. Then a fragment, only a fragment, of this Rune of Death was stolen.
Oh.
And once this happened, Malekith went a step further in protecting destined death. He bound the blade within his own flesh, such that none might rob death ever again.
I mean,
It
that's
was too late.
fucking sick, though.
This fragment of the Rune of Death was used immediately, that night, to kill a demigod, Marika's own son, Godwyn the Golden.
Okay.
It was the first recorded death of a demigod.
So, I guess, being obtuse, they broke the sword a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh.
And it became...
What?
So, okay. So it sounds like Ronnie did that probably just to fuck Marika over, and then killed Marika's actual child.
Yeah. So I guess Ronnie hates Marika because she made her mom sad.
Probably.
Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. I don't like Ronnie now.
Why?
She's just a brat, actually.
That's not being a brat.
I mean,
Her fucking dad just fucking left to get milk.
I literally.
And then her mom was just like fucking broken after.
Well, yeah, that's so fucking strange, though.
No, it's not. You see someone like your dad fuck off, and then your mom, who was powerful, just like break.
Well, sure.
Then that harbors resentment.
I mean, it's very strange.
Ronnie is an
Elden Ring was
What?
Ronnie is an anarchist. System is broken, so out with the system altogether. Oh, okay, that too. Yeah.
That is, yeah.
smashed, and thus sprang forth the war known as the Shattering.
Now, there is a lot of really credible evidence that Marika was behind this plot to have a fragment of the Rune of Death stolen.
Why?
There's also a ton of evidence that Marika is behind the entirety of your tarnished quest, but we'll talk about that in another video. For now, all you really need to know, in terms of the timeline at least, is this. After the marriage of Marika and Radagon, and after a fragment of the Rune of Death was stolen, Marika went on to shatter the Elden Ring. and Radagon attempted to repair it, to no avail.
Okay.
The Elden Ring had been broken into runes, some great and some small.
You know, it's said that Lord
Okay.
Radagon harbored a secret. A famed sculptor of the Erdtree capital was once summoned to render Lord Radagon's likeness in giant stature, when he glimpsed the skeleton in Radagon's closet. And as such, it's said the great statue harbors his secret too.
What does
Of
that
course,
mean?
the huge twist in Elden Ring is that Radagon is Marika.
Ah.
Or, depending on what you believe, he became her, for she knew it was going to happen.
In Marika's own words.
What the fuck does that even mean?
What?
How the fuck? What? So, hold on, I'm thinking. I'm trying not to be reactionary over this. I'm trying to absorb this information. But that doesn't make sense.
That how?
Physically, spiritually, emotionally, how does one become?
All the above.
But like, what does that mean? All right, let's look.
O Radagon, leal hound of the Golden Order, thou art yet to become me. Thou art yet to become a god. Let us be shattered, both. Mine other self.
You can tell when From Software is keeping something a little bit open-ended, and of everything in Elden Ring...
What?
Remember that end of the Netflix Castlevania? Man and woman in one body. Same thing here.
You're gonna have to tell me what you're talking about. I don't know.
I forgot who that was, honestly. Not gonna lie.
Did that happen in the show?
I vaguely remember that, but I also kind of forgot.
Well, what I'm just gonna assume that they were two different people, and then they became one.
They just like...
They just fucking... Yeah, just...
Merged
into a single being.
Yeah. I was gonna say... I was gonna think that Radagon was actually like a shadow. You know, like another wolf.
Yeah, I don't think that's
but then, I don't know.
Rebus and maybe pair it up with alchemy. Look, I'm just going to assume that they fusion Hod.
Hold on. Where do I have my...
I got you, boo. Or Rebus. Okay. So, yeah, it's just a combination of the two people together.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, they fusion Hod.
Okay.
That's literally all that happened.
One of the biggest unknowns as we move forward. For example, the wording, thou art yet to become me, reinforces that Marika and Radagon were two separate entities before the shattering. However, in contrast, there is also evidence that Radagon was always part of Marika.
This isn't...
For example, Enya says that
the demigods are each and all the direct offspring of Queen Marika.
But how can...
This isn't that hard to understand. It's just like the darkness. The darkness, fucking Jackie Estacado, a man who cannot fuck, created a female out of the darkness, which he is a part of the darkness, to have sex with the female. It's just the same thing. She just manipulated that's not that complicated. So it could very well be that Radagon it's his own creature, but is also part of the greater will's power. America's power. Whatever. So she created a dude to marry a dude to then become one with the dude again. It's just, yeah, that's not hard to understand. That's pretty straightforward.
Can this be if Radagon married Renala and had those demigod children? The only way that makes sense is if Radagon was always Marika and he just went over there to seduce Renala long ago. I'll present more concrete theories in the future, but on this matter, the most important thing is, what do you think?
No,
Well,
it's pretty easy.
A ton of Elden Ring's story. Not all of it is open to interpretation. Certain things are, and this is one of them. And your interpretation is a big part of what makes this story special. At any rate, the union of Radagon and Marika seems to be a union of two fundamental opposing laws of the Golden Order. We mentioned these laws earlier, actually. There's the law of causality, and Marika is an agent of cause and effect. And there's the law of as Radagon is a character who aspires to be complete and regress together. So I have a theory that forcing these two beings that represent these concepts together would have corrected Marika's deviance. But even so, she was imprisoned in the Erd Tree for the crime of the Shattering.
Imprisoned by who?
Probably the
Greater Will?
Yeah. But then, wait. Why did she shatter it?
Okay. I think because she was pissed off at the world that she controlled.
And the vision's vessel.
The conjoined Radagon and Marika even had 2 demigod children of their own, Mikola.
What?
She put it in her butt?
What? What?
The conjoined Radagon and Marika.
Marika even had 2 demigod children of their own.
The conjoined creature.
Yes. I don't know. She probably just popped them out. Like asexual reproduction.
I fucking guess.
And millennia. These 2 children were born afflicted. Mikola was cursed with eternal childhood.
Of course she was.
And millennia harbored a horrific rot within. Even so, these 2 children were both chosen as Empyreans. They were immensely sacred beings and eligible to inherit godhood from the Greater Will. Perhaps the Greater Will was just desperate to find a worthy successor, and indeed in the Shattering War to come, many would try to claim the shards of the Elden Ring, and they would try to take the throne, including, of course, the Tarnished, who returned from their long march.
Oh, okay.
Which we'll talk about in the next main lore video. I should probably also mention here that if you become a patron, you'll see upcoming lore videos early.
Shut up.
That's one of the rewards you get
God.
when you pledge to the $3 tier. And if you think my channel really adds a lot of value to the Souls games for you to the point where you pledge $20, then in this new tier you'll receive a new mug every 3 months.
That's crazy.
Oh, that's cute.
That is actually really cute.
By From Software. There are 4 to collect. The first one you'll get is inspired by Dark Souls, then Elden Ring, then Sekiro, and finally Bloodborne. And they all have fantastic art that I worked on with an amazing artist named Chu. But anyway, I figured this is the right place to end this video because the information here is going to be overwhelming.
Why is Bloodborne always last in these things?
But what do you mean, why is it always last in these things?
I feel like Bloodborne needs more recognition.
Bloodborne has so much recognition.
But like, Elden Ring is getting a live action, even though fucking Bloodborne would have been so much better.
Sony. You realize Sony owns all the rights to Bloodborne.
If Sony was just like, here, take The Last of Us, HBO, they could have done that with fucking Bloodborne.
Yeah, Sony doesn't make good choices.
I don't know why. I don't know why they're keeping it under lock and key.
Yeah, oh, hold on. We were talking about this earlier. Sony had Japan Studio create Astrobot.
Yeah.
Astrobot did so well that it got Game of the Year and got people to buy the PS5. Sony then closes and shuts down Japan Studio. Japan Studio, a company that's been around for 40 years and has created multitudes of amazing games that are loved by everyone, Japan shuts them down. Or Sony shuts them down. They then continue to pump out Horizon Lego.
Why?
And Concord.
Why?
Sony, no one, I don't fucking know.
Who is in charge? Who are the CEOs? Who are the investors?
Sony,
Someone give us a list, dox them, so we can fucking make fun of their bad choices and be like, go away.
Yes, genuinely though, it's really fucking bad. I don't understand how Sony continues. Sony would be so quick to be a great company.
They also give away fucking sold K-pop Demon Hunter.
They just don't make good choices, and I don't know why they don't make good choices, because they used to be on top, and then something happened. All right, let me look at the next lore video for this. Why do you need an Armored Core lore? That's not even hidden. That's quite right there for everyone to see. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, Did you see the Graceborn?
No.
And
Oh yeah, I did.
that
Yeah,
looks very good.
it does. Yeah.
Is that the wait? What's the next lore video? I don't want to talk about the demigods right now. I just want to go straight to the lore, please.
The continuation.
The continuation of this.
I don't think I have my phone on me.
Yeah, that's fine. You don't need your phone. Is this really the next one? Goodness gracious me.
There's a lot of lore.
There is a lot of lore. I don't need to go through the whole lore. Elden Ring news. No, not news. Fucking poopy butthole. Why do you not have this in a playlist, my guy? I'll let you talk to. Oh, here we go. I got
you
it.
and I'm Johnny Sony, and someone curses me with shoot. What?
What? Would it give me? Me when I'm John Sony and say, yeah, no, exactly. John Sony should get slapped in the face. It's just someone that's John Sony. Anyway, all right. We have to go straight. So this is part 2.
Okay.
It's about the demigods.
Okay.
So I guess this is the big part. You ready?
Okay.
All the direct offspring of Queen Marika. There was Godwyn, Morgoth, Moog, Radahn, Rykard, Rani, Mikola, and Melania, Blade of Mikola. Melania, Blade of Mikola. Melania, Blade of Mikola. And Melania. Not again. All of these demigods had fallen from grace by the time the shattering occurred. But in this video, I want to mostly talk about the origins of these characters.
We care?
Who these demigods were before.
Do you care?
I mean, we're gonna fight them.
I mean, yeah, but I don't know. I'm the loser who doesn't care about the lore of the characters. But we watch it because you're interested.
You're the one that wanted to do the lore videos.
I wanted the story lore, not the character lore.
The demigods are part of the lore and the story.
You're right.
And he achieved great renown for his bravery in one of their wars, at least, the War of the Ancient Dragons. This war began when Grandsax, a great ancient dragon, rained calamity.
You laughed because it sounds like Grand Sack, right? Don't laugh.
Yeah.
It's okay. I also was like Grand Sack, the ball sack.
No, it sounded like grand sex.
What the fuck? It didn't even. It sounded like Grand Sack. I thought like big ball sack. That was my first thought.
Either way.
Okay.
Leyndell, marking the only time in historical record that Leyndell's walls had fallen. It's not clear why Grandsax first attacked, but fortifying themselves against lightning, the Knights of the Erd Tree weathered his assault, and Grandsax was defeated. However, this was only the beginning, and a bitter war against the ancient dragons was to follow. During this war, the Erd Tree Sentinels had an epiphany that the only way to truly protect the Erd Tree was
become dragons themselves. Interesting.
Oh,
Not even
wait.
the dumbest dragon name. Not even the.
Okay, well, hold on. Wait, Erd Tree Sentinels. So are they not under... They're still under America, though. Because the Erd Tree is not its own creature. Right?
Huh?
These are the Erd Tree Sentinels.
Hmm.
They are not their... Are they America's knights? Or are they knights of the Erd Tree? Does the Erd Tree have sentience?
I think Earth Tree.
Selves. And so, despoiling the corpses of their foes, the grotesque sentinels served the Erd Tree, but fought with the claws of the enemy instead. In the end, the ancient dragons were round.
Oh, I see. Okay.
The Golden Order does the same conquer, assimilate thing the Realm did.
You know. Do you have any idea what we're talking about?
Vaguely.
Oh, okay. Ares, Mars, Jupiter, or I'm sorry, and then Aphrodite is Venus.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what we're talking about.
Gotcha.
In a graveyard of swords by the Stormcaller Church, the end of the war is commemorated. Here, we learn that during battle, Godwyn the Golden defeated Fortisax, called the mightiest dragon of them all. However, he did not kill Fortisax. Instead, he befriended him.
Damph.
And it was in this act that the powers of the ancient dragons truly became a part of Leyndell, After all, only those loved by dragons can survive the ordeal of cladding their bodies in lightning.
Huh.
So, from an unlikely friendship, an ancient dragon cult was born in the capital city, and the Knights of Leyndell learned to worship
Fortnite Sax. Hell yeah.
lightning. Lanciax, sister of Fortisax, even took human form to better commune with the knights. It was officially decided that the worship of the ancient dragons did not conflict with belief in the Erd Tree, and it was all thanks to Godwyn, commander of the dragons Golden Lightning, and a true child of the Golden Lineage.
That's pretty cool as shit.
But now, let's talk about Morgoth and Moog, the Omen twins, who were also born of Godfrey and Marika's Golden Lineage. First, what is an omen? Well, to put it simply, an omen is an accursed child seen as impure, as they are born with horns on the body and face. When this happens, the correct thing to do, culturally at least, is to cut off the horns of the omen, an act which usually causes them to perish. It's pretty messed up. But some omen do survive this process, and some omen are even given a cleaver, crafted specifically for them and awarded as a
Oh, okay. We've had that sword.
These weapons are bestowed with a readiness to take them away. We find one such omen in an Erd Tree camp upon the Altus Plateau. Before you fight it, you might have noticed another omen nearby, writhing in its sleep. It's said that omens see evil spirits in their nightmares, and I think this omen is dreaming, haunted by the vengeful spirits of its accursed kin. This brings us to the Omen Killers, who are horrifying butchers of twisted conscience. They wear these horned masks that make a mockery of the Omen's nightmares.
I've never seen one of these
butchers
guys.
hunt the Omen and amputate their horns. The first Omen Killer was named Rollo.
I don't think we're that far into it.
Who had to imbibe
Wait a sec.
physic-
We know Rollo. We killed Rollo.
You killed him?
He's a perfumer.
Oh.
Yeah. We killed this guy. Fucking murked him. Or was it a chick that we murked?
That was a chick.
Okay.
To rid himself of emotion so that he could better perform his tasks. Remember, it seems many omen have their horns excised when they're very young. That's definitely disturbing enough to warrant an emotion-killing physic in my book.
Oh, I see.
However, if the omen is born of royalty, then their horns are not cut off, but the omen is kept underground, unbeknownst to anyone, and imprisoned for
What?
eternity. By way of
Okay.
example, you would have seen all kinds of omen confined to the sewers beneath Leyndell. But why are omen considered to be accursed in the first?
What even is the point of keeping them then?
I was gonna say that. It's like, oh, if you're royalty, you
Guess
don't have to
you'll-
cut your hair. How
Guess
are?
you're just tortured forever.
I don't understand why the peasants have a better life than the royalty. That seems back-asswards.
Cause they're diseased. I mean, it's like if you get like if you become
What?
what's the thing that leopard? No, not leopard.
Not a leprosy.
Leprosy. Yeah. Like
I mean, I suppose.
leper.
A leper. Yeah. But they're not contagious. They just have horns on them.
Right, but no one wants to look at them or interact with them.
I suppose this is true.
Place. Some of them are clearly intelligent, so what's inherently wrong with being born with horns and great strength? Well, it's important to remember, I think, that this curse might only really exist in the context of the Golden Order. After all, those afflicted with omen horns are not able to return to the Erd Tree for rebirth, and
Oh, I
essentially
said.
born
I see.
outside of its grace. But why does the Golden Order disavow the omen, then? Well, it's hard to say for sure, but my working theory is that it's to do with the Crucible. According to this ancient incantation, horns were once an aspect of the Erd Tree's primordial crucible, where all life was once blended together. And with the exception of a couple of Crucible Knights in and around Leyndell, we know that the Golden Order has started to distance itself from most things that touch upon the Crucible. While things like horns, knots, feathers, and
Please don't
scales
say knots.
once grew on the human body and were considered signifiers of the divine, now they are disdained as impurities.
Okay.
As civilization has advanced. We learn this from the knot, scale, and feather talismans, all of which are guarded by omen, or dropped by omen killers, no less. Unfortunately for the Order of the Erd Tree, these once divine impurities seem to crop up in some births, whether they like it or not. Almost like it's a genetic trait, as if it touches upon the crucible at the root of the Erd Tree. And so you have to ask, is it really a curse to be born as a graceless omen?
Interesting. Oh, it's the dude.
I
Okay.
think that depends on your perspective. In any case, Moog and Morgoth were omen royalty, and thus they were born into a wretched mire far below the earth, horns and all. Here they were kept under the strictest confinement. Each of them were bound with charmed shackles that were covered in roots or thorns and bathed in golden magic. It seems very few people were supposed to know that they even existed. Morgoth, for his part, renounced and despised his accursed omen.
That's a cool sword.
His brother Moog embraced it. Deep underground, Moog stood before an outer god,
Oh,
a being
God.
called the Formless Mother, who craves wounds, a being capable of bestowing power upon accursed blood. In this moment, Moog's accursed blood erupted with fire, and he became besotted with the defilement that he was born into. Here, deep below the earth, he would go on to build a dynasty of blood in reverence of a mother.
So he doesn't give
Something it
a...
seems
Okay.
he never truly had.
Wait a
As for
sec.
Morgoth, he was
So that means that him...
Mm-hmm.
We haven't fought that dude,
No, we haven't.
Blood Man, but... So he denounces his actual mother and I guess embraces the Elder God as his mother?
The Elder God, another Elder God, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
born into the same accursed fate as his twin brother, but despite not being blessed with grace, he loved the Erd Tree all the same, and even took it upon himself to crawl out of the sewers and become the Erd Tree's protector when the Erd Tree needed him most.
Mm.
In the end, he rightfully became the Omen King and Lord of Leyndell.
Oh.
Or not, he was, after all, born of Godfrey and Marika's golden lineage.
Okay.
Of course, the marriage between Godfrey and Marika would be ended, and before long, Marika remarried with another man, a champion named Radigan, who Marika calls her other half. He became second Elden Lord and the king consort, but he also brought with him 3 children from a previous marriage that he had had with a Carian queen named Renala. These children were Rani, Rykard, and Radahn, and they all became demigod stepchildren after Radigan's reunion with Queen Marika.
Yeah.
Possessed of his father's flaming red hair, Radahn was fond of its heroic implications and considered himself to be born of a great champion. Yet he also looked up to another man, Godfrey,
Oh.
first Elden Lord, Queen Marika's first husband and the Lord of the battlefield. But Radahn wasn't just the son of Radigan and an aspiring Lord of the battlefield, he was also the son of Renala, who was head of the Academy of Raya Lucaria and Queen of Caria. So as a Carian royal, inclined towards sorcery, Radahn bent his will towards mastering gravitation.
Oh, that makes sense.
But you know why, right?
No, I what? Oh, because the horse, yeah.
So he could protect his horse. I love that shit.
Techniques were taught to him in Celia, the town of sorcery, all so he would never have to abandon his beloved but scrawny
So cute.
That said, before long, his powers would be put towards a more cosmic purpose than simply allowing him to ride his own horse. Radahn was taught gravitational magic by an Alabaster Lord, a member of a race of ancients with skin of stone who was said to have risen to life when a meteor struck long ago.
Okay.
When his lessons were complete, Radahn uttered these chilling words.
Thank you for your tutelage. For now, I can challenge the stars.
And of course, he did conquer the stars, and the very constellations would be halted by his strength. But of course, you kind of have to ask, why? Why was it necessary to conquer the stars
I mean, look at
in the
him.
first place? Well, I have a couple of theories. Theory 1 is that it was done in self-defense. After all, according to the Sword Gravestone, Radahn was protecting Celia. What's more, gravitational magic has destructive power, and many gravitational beasts are proof of that destructive power. A being named Astel has had even come down to the lands between in the past and destroyed a place called the
Oh.
Eternal.
Oh!
What's more, Celians are descendants of the Eternal, positioned right above the Eternal City underground, so there is an argument to be made for Radahn purely defending Celia for some reason here. But it's possible for Radahn to have fought in this conflict and to have made the first move as well, so this is theory 2. That Radahn conquered the stars as a preventative measure in service to the greater will. According to a set of astrologer items, the night sky cradles fate. There's even a banished sect of people called the Nox, who live deep below the earth in eternal anticipation of the coming age of stars and their Lord of Night.
Yeah.
Long ago, these people invoked the ire of the greater will, so it would make sense that those in service to the greater will might have sought to arrest the stars and put an end to this fate.
Okay.
What's more,
What does that mean?
What do you mean?
What is conquer the stars mean? Like, very poetic and very nice. But what the fuck does that mean? Like,
I think like control of the cosmos.
That's very vague.
Like space.
So he just owns the universe?
I think it's more like space.
Okay, but that...
He stopped the stars in the sky. Yeah. Which...
What does that mean? He stops the stars in the sky?
I think...
Light years away?
I think it's just that it's close to the power of the other gods since they're all cosmic.
I like that a lot more. Yes. That's so stupid. He can't... That's not... How do you fight a star?
You keep it from exploding.
Yeah, how is he going to do...
You control it.
You know what? Mythology. Doesn't need to make sense.
Yeah.
Some things you can just like, okay, sure. Sometimes you can just acknowledge it and move on with your life.
Loyalty to the Erd Tree than to the moon. Finally, the telescope item description says that the fate once writ in the night skies had been fettered by the Golden Order. So surely this is referencing Radahn's actions, and it levels the blame at the Golden Order. But putting Radahn's motivations aside, it's a fact that the stars were held back, and that this had great consequences for many, especially for the rest of his Carian royal family.
Let me explain. The fate of the Carian royal family is guided by the stars.
Oh!
The fate of Lady Rani, first heir in the Carian royal line. But General Radahn is the conqueror of the stars, who stood up to the swirling constellations.
So they are living beings, okay.
Movement in a smashing victory. And so, if General Radahn were defeated, the stars would once again resume their movement.
And that's what happened.
Yeah.
Did we not... Did we...
Oh!
Was the daughter of Radagon and Renala, and sister to Radahn.
I see.
Interestingly, if you look at her true body atop the Divine Tower, it looks like she might have also inherited the red hair of Radagon. Cool detail.
That's Rani?
But unlike her brother, Radahn, she quite clearly took after her mother more, who was Renala, head of the Carian royal family. The House of Caria has this storied history, one that seems to go way back to the astrologers. In the Carian Manor, we find one of their treasures, the Sword of Night and Flame. It reads, astrologers who preceded the sorcerers established themselves on mountaintops that nearly touched the sky and considered the fire giants their neighbors. Renala herself was an astrologer, always chasing the stars in her youth. Then she met the full moon, and in time, the astrologer...
That's cool.
...queen, establishing the House of Caria as royalty. Caria appears to have a matriarchal hierarchy, with multiple princesses and Carian knights that serve as their retainers.
Yeah, we knew that.
However, there is only one princess, Rani, daughter of Renala. And at the time of her birth, she would have been set to inherit quite a lot of power indeed, for the Carian royal family was at its height, and her mother was not only queen, she was also head of the Academy of Raya Lucaria, having bewitched them with the enchanting power of the full moon. Leading the young Rani by the hand, Renala guided her daughter to a meeting with a moon of her own. What Rani beheld was cold, dark, and veiled in occult mystery. A dark moon, a sort of twin to Renala's own full moon. You can even see both of these hanging in the sky if you stargaze from the heights of the moonlight.
I never saw those.
Who guided Rani was a character called the Snowy Crone, who the young Rani encountered deep in the woods. When you look at Rani, it's actually the likeness of this snow witch that you're seeing, as the doll that now houses Rani's soul was modeled after her, probably as a sign of respect. Clearly Rani looked up to this mysterious woman. She became Rani's secret mentor, and she even knew about the Dark Moon, teaching the young Rani to fear it as she imparted her cold sorceries. So, what do these moons represent? That's just a theory, but I think the moons kind of act as guides. The lost
I thought it was just the moon.
Stella, for example, was the guide of countless stars. What's more, Rani and Renala were heavily influenced by their moons. Renala's moon bewitched the academy that she became the head of, and Rani's dark moon, for its part, also imparts wisdom.
I feel like this is just kind of stretching into nothing. They're just fucking moons.
I feel like the moons in this aspect are more like stars and are like lesser gods, maybe.
You think?
That would explain why there's more than one moon and why they get power from it.
There's too much fucking godliness in this fucking shit. Ellie is correct.
Okay.
But like, there's too much. There's too much for me. So there's
a lot in like Greek mythology.
No.
There is.
But then you've got like the outer gods, and then you've got like the moon gods, and then you've got like everything else.
Yeah.
It's a bit fucking much.
Yeah.
I'm going to, very hot take. I don't think this story is crafted.
What do you mean?
I do think that they slapped shit together. I don't think that this is all real. I think most of this reads like a couple of dudes like, bro, this would be fucking cool.
It's George R.R. Martin.
No, George R.R. Martin at least does stuff.
Maybe there were a bunch of dudes who were like, this is cool, and then George R.R. Martin was like, this is how it ties together.
Yeah, but it doesn't tie together. Like, it ties together, but like in a very 13-year-old way. That doesn't really make sense, but like it works.
Look at
just...
Kingdom Hearts.
Kingdom Hearts. Okay, look, Kingdom Hearts is
it's the
garbage.
Same.
I will never say that Kingdom Hearts
same.
isn't garbage.
No, but it's basically the same. It's all convoluted.
It's but it's convoluted, and it is, and I don't know. I don't think the story makes sense. Oh no, that's not true. It makes sense. I don't think it's intended. I think some things are intended. I do not think most of this is intended. I feel like it's one of those things where people just have to like, okay, he wrote the backstory and then, okay. Yeah. So they just was like, bro, moon gods. And then Miyazaki was like, yes, moon gods. But we won't tell them that they're moon gods. I don't know. It feels very 60s.
It's way more complicated than Bloodborne.
This?
Yeah.
Well, right, because I don't think there's a story. The more that I'm watching this lore video, I think the family has a story, and I think everything in the first video has a story, and then the rest people are looking too into. This moon shit, I don't think this is a thing. This whole like, oh, there's the dark moon and the light moon, I don't think that's a fucking thing. I think they're just fucking moon aspects.
Okay.
I think
leads
anyway.
A voyage in the Age of Stars ending. They could even be outer gods. And yet, for all of this guidance, Caria and Leonia as a whole have experienced steep decline. Radagon betrayed the House of the Moon. Radahn locked the stars out of motion. The Academy town is flooded to the north. Caria has been ruined in the west, and the stars and moon have gone their separate ways. Nevertheless, Rani, last princess of Caria, remains. carefully setting new plans into
You'll see fleshes out the whole moon thing. Okay.
Well, yeah, because they had time to think about how to make it work together.
Rykard, who was lord of the Volcano Manor. There is evidence that Rykard was friendly with his siblings. He conspired with his sister Rani later on, and there's even a portrait of Radahn hung in the Volcano Manor, as well as a portrait of Rykard himself before the fall. Item descriptions mark Rykard as stern, ambitious, heroic, and blasphemous. A part of this blasphemy was opposing the Erd Tree, which actually drew many knights to his banner, for Rykard believed in taking by force, just as the gods did, and clearly many believed that he would usher in a new age. The armor set of the Gelmir Knights reveals to us what were once very loyal soldiers. The crest of red feathers are there to symbolize Rykard's pedigree as Lord Radagon's son.
I hate that helmet so much.
Upon their chest piece represents a lord who had lofty ambitions. However, as Rykard delved into the ancient secrets of Mount Gelmir, he came across the immortal Great Serpent, an ancient deity that aligned with Rykard's ambitions. And so, Rykard...
What the fuck is that? I don't like that. That looks like a very not looking... Anyway, yes.
So, this was a deity before the outer beast thing.
A primordial deity, yeah.
Okay.
Is what I'm getting.
And then this guy is basically like Ronnie, or he's kind of like an anarchist. Is that right?
I think less anarchist, more he just doesn't like the Erd Tree for whatever reason. He believes that the Erd Tree is bad. That's what I'm understanding.
Okay, so he merges with the snake.
Well, he also fed his at the bottom there. He also fed his great rune to the serpent, which his great rune is his power, I guess. Cool.
So that he might devour, grow, and live eternally.
Oh, okay.
Alas, this was too much for his knights, and they believed that their master's heroic ambitions had degenerated into mere greed. So they searched desperately for a weapon with which they might halt their lord, and they found it too. The immortal serpent had lived for a long time, and so
Jesus, that's a cool sword.
To kill it that had been designed long ago as well, a serpent hunter. But it was too late. As the lord lost his dignity, so too did the knights lose their master. Not that it bothered Rykard.
Like a penis.
Ooh.
Yoink.
Yoink.
Next, we need to discuss Millennia and Mikola. These two were twins as they were born. No, Rykard, please. Anyway, as you know, Radagon's marriage with Renala did not last. Afterwards, he returned to the Golden Order and became Queen Marika's consort. But what I haven't yet mentioned is that, together, they were blessed with two demigod children, the so-called twin prodigies. Now, in the last lore video, I briefly proposed that these two twins were born after the Shattering, after Radagon and Marika had merged together to become a single god. However, I've since changed my mind. I think Millennia and Mikola were clearly born before the Shattering. There's just so much proof that these two twins were a force that were influencing the world long before the Shattering took place.
Okay, that also makes more sense.
Twins were born afflicted. Specifically in the Japanese text, it's said that their births were vulnerable. Mikola was born afflicted with eternal youth, and Millennia, for her part, was vulnerable to rot. Interestingly, Millennia's scarlet rot is actually an outer god. This outer god, like many others in the game, seems to have an order that is able to be imposed upon the world via an Empyrean vessel, and Millennia was that vessel. And while the scarlet rot is pretty terrible, you can sort of argue that it's got a beauty to it. According to Gowry, the order of rot is resplendent. It's a cycle of death and rebirth. Kind of like the lotus flower, which is a flower that blooms anew, beautiful and fresh from mud. I actually have art of this flower hanging in my home. I always love the symbol.
That's pretty.
I actually have lots of art hanging now, and I'm going to talk about all of this artwork that you can buy at the end of the video.
Shush.
Anyway, so Millennia the Empyrean was vulnerable to and afflicted by the scarlet rot. There was said to be no cure to this, and while fire and consecration seemed to be somewhat effective at warding it off,
Hmm.
Millennia would slowly lose her physical self to the rot. Interestingly, old legends of the Scarlet Rot have persisted in the world for generations, and we learn more about the Rot God from the Blue Dancer charm. The dancer in blue represents a fairy who, in legend, bestowed a flowing sword upon a blind swordsman. Blade in hand, the swordsman sealed away an ancient god, a god that was rot itself. Specifically, this god was...
Oh, this is what we gotta fight.
The stagnant water that is downstream of the Ainsel River underground. And wherever rot appears, the kindred of rot appear as well. These are pests and servants of the rot. And now, in the current age, these are servants that have been forsaken by Millennia, who is their new goddess. So, this blind swordsman with the flowing curved sword actually went on to become Millennia's mentor. So technically it's him that we have to blame for this goddamn attack. The prosthesis wearer heirloom tells us more. A talisman engraved with a scene from a heroic tale. Though born into the accursed rot, when the young girl encountered her mentor and his flowing blade, she gained wings of unparalleled strength. Millennia's ridiculous attack is called the Waterfowl Dance, and aesthetically it makes sense that, flowing waters would counter the effects of rot. For just as still waters turn foul, stagnation turns to decay. Thus, warriors must remain ever drifting. And indeed, Millennia does resist the call of the rot. There's a lot of evidence that she's not really a willing vessel, but through sheer will and sense of
That's
self,
kind of cool.
she resists the rot. And only when she is truly pressed in battle will she abandon this will and bloom into the goddess within.
Oh, that's fucking sick.
Her fight against Radahn, and releasing her Scarlet Rot was a last-ditch effort that would forever taint the land of Caelid and whatever she was fighting for in this fight against Radahn, somehow it was worth this terrible act. In general terms, at least.
That's why Ohio looks the way it does.
That's why Radahn has the Scarlet Rot.
Oh, fuck! You're right. Did we ever see that cutscene?
That cutscene, no.
Are we sure that was not in the opening?
I mean, maybe it was.
Maybe it was. The DLC tells you why she attacks.
Was it not for power?
I'm not gonna play the DLC because you can't power level in it. You can't. You gotta go and get the little heirlooms and stuff to level up. I can't do it.
Was it not for the pieces of the Elden Ring? That's what I would assume, but...
Probably. I thought about looking... there's one more. If you're enjoying this, we can do the DLC. Yes and no. It was not for her power. We can... I mean, there's a video on Erdtree. If you want to watch that after this.
Maybe.
It's clear that Millennia was fighting for her brother. Apart from the times where she relapses into being the goddess of rot, she is known as the Blade of Miquella. She actually goes to great lengths to tell you this. I don't know if you heard. Despite being the toughest boss in From Software history, she's actually fighting for his right to godhood, not her own. In Millennia's own words, her brother Miquella possesses the wisdom, the allure of a god. He is the most fearsome Empyrean of all. For his part, Miquella did a lot to earn his sister's dedication, not the least of which was inspiring her armor and a prosthetic of unalloyed gold. It is not just his sister that loved Miquella, many people did. The Bewitching Branch is an item that you can use to turn enemies into temporary allies.
Oh, that's cool! I want that!
Indeed, he has learned very well how to compel such affection. For his father Radagon, Miquella fashioned and gifted to him a fundamentalist incantation called Triple Rings of Light. Radagon then returns the favor, gifting back an incantation called Radagon's Rings of Light. These interactions show some of Miquella's positive connections with his father and also Golden Order fundamentalism. And yet, the young Miquella abandoned fundamentalism, for it could do nothing to treat Millennia's accursed rot. This was the beginning of unalloyed gold. So, what is unalloyed gold? Well, an alloy is a composition of metals, so unalloyed gold is pure gold, essentially, with no external mixtures. This gold apparently can ward away the meddling of outer gods.
Oh.
So Mikola bent a lot of his efforts towards creating an unalloyed gold needle. Specifically, this needle was crafted for his sister, to ward off the rot god and forestall the effects of the incurable rotting sickness.
Oh, shit, that's cool as fuck.
As well, when we visit Mikola's Halig tree, we see a statue of a one-armed woman embracing a child, Mikola. In this place, we see the biggest example of Mikola's benevolence, the Halig tree, and the society that was built into the brace that supports it. This was a promised land, seen as a salvation to many who were shunned or persecuted, provided that they can actually find the path here, of course. And like many
But
other
Mikola's the good guy.
Mikola seems to have had the will within them to create a new order, and his is an order that's somewhat modeled on the ones that came before it. The biggest thing is that the Halig tree is clearly inspired by the Erd tree. But the difference is...
No, he's not. Oh!
...is said to be accepting of all, even those the Erd tree shuns. Mikola himself was once embedded inside of the Halig tree, and he watered it with his very own blood, since it was a mere sapling. Tragically, however, he was ripped out of this womb during the shattering, and his Halig tree ultimately failed to grow into an Erd tree, becoming a misshapen husk instead. But that's the story for another day. There's also a ton of cut content to do with Mikola, and he's one of the most mysterious demigods who I'm
Of
sure
course
we'll
there's
learn
cut
about
content.
later. But there is one more thing that I want to mention before I go. It's kind of one theory I had during the making of this video. So, Mikola and Millennia each have their own...
Who is she?
Mikola is very Griffith coded.
Oh! Oh. Okay. Who is she?
Who's who?
The girl.
The maiden girl?
Yeah.
Who
bitch she is?
She's our bitch, but...
Right, but why? Like, who? Like, I don't even know where she comes from.
I don't know.
I kind of thought that would be in the last story. Okay.
Butterflies. Millennia's is the Aeonian
Oh, we're about to talk about her.
which inhabit the swamp of Aeonia and are rumored to come from the wings of the rot goddess herself.
That's Melina.
Yeah, she's implied to be the daughter of Marika.
Okay.
And I think it's fair to say that Mikola's butterfly is the nascent butterfly, which appears as if it's just emerged from its cocoon for its entire life. This is a reference to Mikola's eternal youth and his cocoon in the Halig tree. But there is, of course, a third butterfly, right? There's the smoldering butterfly. It's said to be an eternally burning butterfly that serves as kindling. Now bear with me, but it's my theory that this butterfly is a reference to Melina, who the Blade of Calling calls the kindling maiden and the one who walks alongside flame. This might suggest that Melina is a sibling to Millennia.
Okay.
It's Mikola. Again, that's just a theory, but what I really want to talk about
I mean,
here
she's
is
on
that,
fire right
at the
here.
very least, Melina is almost certainly the daughter of Marika. We learned this a long time ago from looking at her name in the game's files, and we can see that from the dialogue, as she has a few lines that refer to mothers and one that says that she was born inside the Erd tree. So her being the daughter of Marika is also just a theory, but this one is much more concrete than the butterfly one. Although the reason I like the butterfly theory is that it gives us a hint as to who Melina's parents might have been. Her parents would have been Radagon and Marika, which is to say Marika herself alone, I guess, because Radagon is Marika. Honestly, Melina as a character has only become more mysterious since the game was released, and I'm really only scratching the surface with this theory. But speaking of times before Elden Ring was released, back then, a long time ago, I commissioned this piece from a...
Bitch! Shut up!
Wait, why is she never mentioned as a demigod?
I don't know. I think she's dead.
But she's not dead.
But like she does seem to like appear like a ghost a lot, right?
She's a priestess of the fingers or something.
Let's find out. Hang on. Melina. No, not the War Maiden. Stop it. Elden Ringo. Did I really just type Elden Ringo? I hate myself. All right.
She describes herself as burned and bodiless, so she's just a spirit.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
But then why? But still, why is she never mentioned as a demigod?
I don't actually know. I guess she just isn't for some reason. Oh, she has a whole ass quest line. Melina uses the Black Knife animation. Is a child of America and has access to her most secret incantation. Oh, that's cool. All right. The only way to see this thing get okay. Morgoth, okay. Melina is not a finger maiden.
What?
Wait, what? What's a finger maiden?
I thought that was
the whole point of her.
So she's lying to us?
I guess so. Okay. Melina is aware her agency will be... Her agency? Does she not have agency? Did she say that she was stuck?
I guess. I think something like that.
Okay. Okay. If the player... Okay. Okay. Weird. Melina is... Okay. Well, whatever. That doesn't make no sense. She's nearly playing the part of a maiden, though that doesn't make much sense to me either.
So we're still maidenless, technically?
So we're still maidenless. She's just pretending to be a maiden, I guess. Hey, what's up, Buffer?
Hello.
So, whatever. All right. So she's like, hey, Torrent likes you. I like you. Do a thing. And then we're just like, yo, okay, sounds good.
Wasn't Torrent given to us by Ronnie? Or Ronnie...
Wait. Let me go up to the top here.
Or Ronnie led us to Torrent or something.
Hold on. I think you're right. I think that was... Who? Yeah. Why the fuck did Ronnie just give us Torrent? Okay. Yeah, Elden Ring stream. Yeah, we're just going through lore. We were gonna play and do it, but we decided.
I'm too tired too.
Helly is too hurt. Ranny said she owed Torrent's previous owner a favor.
Huh.
Who the fuck owned Torrent before?
Interesting.
Okay, I would like to know more about Torrent. It's a horse goat. Mikila? Wait, who's Mikila?
The
kid.
Yeah.
The forever child.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. What? Okay. Sure. All right.
Who is her sibling?
Who? Wait. What?
Step sibling.
Why does it gotta be family shit? Why can't it just be normal basic stuff? My God. Okay, so, all right, this more or less makes sense. I kind of got all of it. So we are trying to become the Elden Lord.
Yes.
Literally because reasons.
As power?
Because why not? Because bitches want power.
Then... So we're becoming the new Marika, is that right?
No, we are becoming the Elden Lord.
So her fuck buddy?
No, we are replacing that bitch.
No, that's what I was saying.
Like, we will not become Marika.
No, right.
Okay.
We're gonna replace her.
We will be God.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the goal.
Okay.
That's a goal. There's multiple endings. I know that you can become the god of, like, the frenzied flame or something. Or I don't know. But yeah, you want to become the god. Becoming the Elden Lord restores order to the lands where there is currently none.
Because the Elden Ring is
Because of the shattering.
Why did she shatter it?
No one knows! That's the one thing I was hoping that they'd go over. But no, because she wants the truth.
Because she thinks disorder will bring truth.
Right.
About the outer gods and stuff.
Instead of just like But that doesn't even fucking make sense.
Well, it's because she's the god of causation.
Oh, that actually does make sense.
Okay, I got it now. Okay.
Oh, that's actually really smart.
Gotcha. I get what they're I get what they're putting down.
Yeah, you picking up what they're putting down?
Yeah.
That actually, okay, that does make sense. You have got that right. You either A, use Marika's corpse as God and become Elden Lord, B, marry Ranni and become Elden Lord, or C, embrace the frenzy flamed and burn the world to ashes. Is there one where I just like kick the corpse off, disregard bitches, become the god? I don't want to use her corpse. What do you mean use her corpse? Just like
become, just like merge into her body?
I don't want that. I just want to be the dude. I want to be Sauron. I want to be Sauron. Okay.
I'd be okay with either marrying Ranni or
what? No.
Or just burning everything.
No. I just want to be God. I just want to be God. I just want to be God. I don't care about.
I think people keep saying Ranni is like not good though.
Ranni's not good. She's not bad.
She's just neutral then, right?
She's more or less lawful neutral. Shit's fucked. Shit needs to get unfucked. Best way to unfuck the fuck is to fuck off everything. That's her mentality. A clean reset. That's what she wants.
So is she's trying to just burn the world then, or
no?
She's trying to become
resetting.
Marika?
No, she's resetting everything to normal. She's doing a factory reset on the world. That's her goal, right? You following?
So yeah, she's trying to replace Marika.
Trying to replace, more like erase that she ever existed. Undo all the shit that Marika has ever done.
Okay, so that also includes like the death and everything.
Yeah, just fix it all.
Okay.
Make things normal again.
Okay. Basically, she's undoing everything Marika did,
right,
and just being the avatar for the other god and just like overlooking everything.
It's even that. To my understanding, she wants to get rid of that shit too. Just make it normal.
So just burn everything then, essentially.
Well, no, she's not burning everything. She's removing the presence.
Oh, the other
so
god?
It'll just be a normal world again. Right?
Replace her and then not rule as a god. Imagine if the Queen of England just effed off one day and didn't abdicate the throne. I see.
Yeah.
Okay, so true anarchy, essentially.
Not even, like I said, a factory reset before the outer god even touched the fucking world.
Okay.
Make the lands between
what it was before.
The land.
What it was before the other gods came.
Yeah, exactly.
Gotcha.
Which is fine. Which is a fine ending, but I don't know.
Okay. I'm okay with that, honestly.
We'll see. We're doing as much. Do you want to watch the video on the DLC?
Honestly, I'm getting tired.
I'm not surprised. It is quite late for you. It's okay.
That's not late. I'm healing still.
You are healing. Your body is still fucked. You are still very bruised. I think
I bruise easily, though, too.
You don't bruise that easily. You don't. I mean, you don't.
Okay.
What was I going to tell you? Okay. Yeah, so, I mean, we can play on Sunday then.
Okay.
Second only to Elder Scrolls lore. We are never doing Elder Scrolls lore. I don't think Ellie has any idea the depths to Elder Scrolls lore.
No, I only knew enough of the lore to understand the the quest lines.
Dude, you know that using the console, by console I mean the cheat mode in Elder Scrolls is part of the lore.
Okay.
No, and that's not even like
No, I know.
It's called Chim.
Oh, you told me.
Yeah, Chim is great. I love that shit. Dude, it makes me so angry at Elder Scroll Online because of just how badly they fucked this great lore they had. Anyway. Do you want to... What's a grand... Oh, yeah, exactly. God, I really should play Morrowind. It's pronounced... Actually, it's pronounced King. You should probably check yourself. Shut the fuck up, Grandpa. Let's not include Night Rain into... I'm thinking about playing Night Rain.
You just said you didn't want to do the DLC.
Night Rain. Night Rain is the other game, not the DLC.
The Switch one?
No. Night Rain is the Elden Ring
That Night
Fortnite
Rain
game. Night Rain is the game where you play as pre-made characters.
I
who
thought
have
that was a
ultimate
DLC.
specials. No, it's not DLC. It's a whole new game by itself. It's multiplayer only.
Oh shit.
Well, it's not
I'm-
multiplayer
okay.
only, but it's
Well, I thought they were one of the same. Okay.
it's very difficult. It's a roguelite. But you get to have cool characters like the lady that does the guitar or whatever. Who you would probably the doll is in there.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, fuck, you so fucking tired. Goodness gracious me.
Bro,
Yeah.
I was out of breath after like showering and everything.
Really?
I'm out of breath after like 10 minutes of standing.
Don't scare me.
I think it's because of how tight my abdomen is from the scarring, and not my chest.
Okay.
Yeah. But also because I'm still like lightheaded, but I think that's because of the anemia.
The anemia that you have currently in your body.
Because of my hematoma.
Because of your fucking Lord. Anyway, okay. All right. Well, if you are too sleepy, my darling girl, we may end.
I got trazodone for sleep.
Are you gonna trazodome it up?
I might.
Nice.
Because I don't think it's smart to use the edibles while I'm.
Yeah, it's absolutely not smart.
Yeah.
To do that. Oh yeah, the 3 fingers. Why are they all fingers?
I don't fucking know.
Is there even a reason for that shit, or is it just a thing that they do? Whatever. Why was Bloodborne so easy to follow?
Because it was very just direct, just like here are the what ones? The
Outer Gods.
the equivalent, yeah.
Yeah, well, the great ones.
Great ones.
Because it's
right.
Cthulhu.
Yeah.
Would you believe that I was kind of upset that it became... No, this is very dumb for me. I was kind of upset Bloodborne became a Cthulhu game.
Why?
I would have really actually liked it if it just stayed vampires and werewolves. I would have much preferred that, believe it or not. Good old Van Helsing.
That's surprising from you.
Well, no, because like...
But like it fits still fits
like
everything.
it's fine that they did take the turn that it did. I don't hate it for it. I would have just preferred... Castlevania. Oh my god!
Fingers.
Bro, that's just some fingies. That's a fingy. So you don't like omens? Omens? Oh, the horn. No, I don't give a shit about them. But anyway, the mother of fingers. Yeah, or something. Gross. It's grody. Okay, all right. Good night, everyone. Ellie's sleepy.
I am.
You fucking loser.
Okay. Thanks for stopping by and hanging out with us while we try to make sense of Elden Ring, though.
I think we've got a good grasp of it all.
Better grasp, for
so,
sure.
Next week...
I might end up forgetting everything, though, so...
I don't think so. I don't think you will. You managed to grasp shit I couldn't grasp, so I don't think you'll forget it.
Okay.
So anyway, yeah, we'll talk to you guys on Sunday. Good stuff.
Goodbye.
Bye.